Do you find yourself grappling with morning stiffness, fatigue, and various health problems, only to be told by your doctor that they're just inevitable parts of aging? What if that perspective is entirely misguided? Today, I'm going to share the exact 5 morning habits that have kept me free from medications and living independently at the age of 94. It's remarkable how, while friends half my age rely on daily pills and assistance, these habits have been my secret to vitality. Among these, the third habit has been a game changer for my brain health. It takes just 4 minutes each morning, yet a staggering 92% of seniors overlook it completely. By doing so, they miss out on the single most crucial opportunity to safeguard their cognitive function. 2 years ago, during my annual checkup, my doctor was astounded. My biological markers indicated the health of someone in their 60s, a full 3 decades younger than my actual age. When he inquired about my secret, I shared these 5 simple morning habits that I've adhered to religiously for decades, habits that anyone can start implementing as early as tomorrow morning. Habit 1: Strategic Hydration Ritual. Why do 84% of seniors wake up with stiff joints, mental fog, and low energy, when a simple 32-second morning hydration ritual could potentially prevent these issues? Most people are unaware that the dehydration that occurs during sleep poses a significant health risk, especially for adults over 60. Research conducted by Johns Hopkins Medicine has revealed that even mild dehydration can decrease brain function by 27% and increase inflammation markers by 31% in adults aged 65 and above. This happens because, during sleep, the body loses approximately 1 liter of water through respiration and perspiration. However, most seniors kickstart their day with dehydrating beverages like coffee. Instead of replenishing this essential fluid loss, the link between morning dehydration and accelerated aging is so strong that geriatric specialists now consider it a key biomarker for predicting health outcomes in older adults. Take Eleanor, for example. At 82 years old, she suffered from daily headaches and dizziness for years. It wasn't until she discovered that chronic dehydration was the root cause that she began to find relief. Her doctor had prescribed various treatments, yet none addressed this fundamental issue. Starting the day dehydrated can lead to joint deterioration and cognitive decline within hours, triggering a chain reaction of health problems that are often misdiagnosed by doctors. When you're dehydrated, the synovial fluid in your joints becomes more viscous, increasing friction and wear with every movement. Similarly, brain cells require proper hydration to maintain electrical conductivity and remove the metabolic waste that accumulates overnight. Without adequate morning hydration, these waste products linger in the brain tissue for longer periods, contributing to mental fog and potentially leading to long-term cognitive decline. The solution is surprisingly straightforward, but timing is of the essence. Prepare a 16-ounce glass of room-temperature water with a small pinch of natural salt before going to bed, and drink it immediately upon waking up, before having coffee or breakfast. Room-temperature water is absorbed more rapidly than cold water, and the tiny amount of salt aids in cellular absorption through a process known as osmotic balance. This isn't just about increasing your overall water intake throughout the day, although that's beneficial too. The unique advantage lies in breaking the overnight fast with immediate hydration before introducing any other substances. For those who find plain water unappealing first thing in the morning, adding a small squeeze of lemon is acceptable. However, it's important to avoid any sweeteners, as they can trigger insulin responses that interfere with the body's morning metabolic processes. Your cells are likely dehydrated right now. Try implementing this habit tomorrow morning, and you'll likely notice immediate improvements. Within days, you may experience reduced joint stiffness and enhanced mental clarity. Over weeks, the cumulative effects can include improved digestion, increased energy levels, and even better skin elasticity as your body's hydration status normalizes. This habit alone transformed my mornings when I was 75, and I've maintained it religiously for nearly 20 years. Habit 2: Circadian-aligned sunlight exposure. Did you know that missing the crucial morning sunlight window can increase your risk of depression by 69% and disrupt your sleep patterns within just a few days? This statistic, from a study conducted by the University of Colorado, highlights one of the most overlooked aspects of senior health. The Stanford University Center for Sleep Sciences has confirmed that 10 to 15 minutes of morning sunlight exposure can reset circadian rhythms and boost serotonin production by 42% in older adults. The specific wavelengths of early morning sunlight trigger specialized receptors in the retina called melanopsin receptors. These receptors then send signals to the brain's master clock in the hypothalamus. This precisely timed light exposure sets in motion dozens of biological processes, ranging from hormone production and body temperature regulation to the release of digestive enzymes. Robert, a 78-year-old, managed to stop taking sleep medication simply by changing the time of his daily sunlight exposure. He had been going for walks in the afternoon, unaware that morning light exposure has fundamentally different biological effects. Without proper morning light exposure, the brain reduces melatonin production, creating a detrimental cycle of poor sleep, increased inflammation, and accelerated aging. The disruption affects far more than just sleep quality. The circadian rhythm influences over 150 bodily processes, including blood pressure regulation, immune function, and even how efficiently the body metabolizes nutrients from food. Research from Northwestern University has shown that seniors with disrupted circadian rhythms experience significantly faster rates of muscle loss and cognitive decline compared to those with stable daily rhythms. Make it a point to step outside within 30 minutes of waking up for 10-15 minutes of natural morning light exposure. Even on cloudy days, this is beneficial. If possible, avoid wearing glasses, sunglasses, or contacts during this time, as glass and plastic filter out some of the specific light wavelengths necessary for resetting the circadian rhythm. The light must enter through your eyes to be effective. Skin exposure alone won't reset your internal clock. If the weather prevents outdoor exposure, sitting near a window can help to some extent, though it's only about 50% as effective as direct outdoor light. For those living in extremely northern regions with limited winter sunlight, a medical-grade light therapy box designed specifically for circadian regulation can be a useful alternative. Although natural light is still the best option when available, your body's internal clock is waiting for tomorrow morning's light signal. Don't miss this critical window again. The benefits of this habit compound over time, creating increasingly stable sleep-wake cycles that support all aspects of health. Within a week of consistent morning light exposure, most seniors report falling asleep more easily and waking up feeling more refreshed. Within a month, many notice improvements in mood, energy levels, and digestive regularity as their internal clocks stabilize. Habit 3: 4-minute cognitive priming routine. Why allow your brain to lose approximately 30,000 neural connections every morning when a simple 4-minute routine could reverse this loss? This isn't an exaggeration. It's based on neurological research into brain plasticity in aging adults. Neuroscientists at Harvard Medical School have discovered that cognitive priming exercises performed right after waking up can increase neural plasticity by 37% and enhance executive function throughout the day. The early morning hours present a unique opportunity for brain training because neural networks are in a more adaptable state as you transition from sleep to wakefulness. This is due to elevated levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor BDNF, often referred to as Miracle-Gro for brain cells, which peaks shortly after waking and gradually declines throughout the day. Margaret, an 86-year-old, managed to prevent significant cognitive decline during her recovery from hip surgery by maintaining this morning mental routine. While physical therapy was postponed during her recovery period, her cognitive exercises helped preserve brain function during what would otherwise have been a high-risk time. According to longitudinal studies from the National Institute on Aging, skipping morning brain activation creates a cumulative deficit, accelerating cognitive decline and increasing the risk of dementia by 29. Each morning offers a critical opportunity to engage the brain's plasticity mechanisms, either positively through deliberate activation or negatively through passive activities that fail to stimulate neural growth. The damage caused by skipping this habit isn't immediately apparent, which is precisely why so many seniors neglect it until cognitive changes become noticeable, by which point significant neural connections have already been lost. Perform the 4 morning challenge. Solve one simple math problem. Recall one detailed memory. Learn 4 new words. And visualize your day. For a total of 4 minutes. This specific combination activates multiple brain regions simultaneously, creating what neuroscientists call cross-connectivity that strengthens overall cognitive resilience. The math problem activates the logical reasoning centers. Memory recall strengthens the hippocampal networks essential for information storage. Vocabulary learning builds the language centers. And visualization engages the planning and executive function areas in the prefrontal cortex. The 4-minute time frame is based on research indicating that brief, intense cognitive engagement is more effective than longer passive activities. To implement this effectively, prepare the necessary materials the night before, such as a math problem from a book or app. a memory prompt like recall your 30th birthday, for new vocabulary words, and a simple visualization exercise. Your brain's neural connections are shaped by the choices you make each morning. Start strengthening them tomorrow. The cognitive protection provided by this habit is both immediate and cumulative. Within hours, you'll notice improved mental clarity and sharper decision-making skills. Over weeks, regular practitioners report better word recall and increased confidence in their cognitive abilities. Within months, the habit leads to measurable increases in cognitive reserve, the brain's ability to compensate for age-related changes or minor injuries. I've practiced this habit since I was 70, and I attribute a significant part of my continued mental acuity at 94 to it. Habit 4: Strategic Mobility Sequence. Are you unknowingly undermining your independence by following outdated morning exercise advice that actually increases joint damage in seniors over 70? Most traditional stretching routines were designed for younger bodies and can be actively harmful to aging joints and tissues. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that performing the wrong morning movements can increase inflammation by 31, while a targeted 7-minute mobility sequence can reduce pain and stiffness by 44 within just 2 weeks. This significant difference exists because aging connective tissue requires a specific approach to movement that takes into account its altered biological properties. After the age of 70, collagen fibers become less hydrated and more cross-linked, meaning they need gentle, progressive warming rather than the aggressive stretching often recommended in fitness magazines or videos aimed at younger adults. Thomas, an 85-year-old, was able to eliminate his need for a walker by replacing his harmful morning routine with this strategic sequence. He had been faithfully following a stretching routine from his 50s, unaware that it was contributing to his declining mobility. Common morning stretches like toe touches and neck rolls can cause micro-damage in older adults, accelerating the very joint problems they're trying to prevent. Deep forward bends place excessive pressure on spinal discs that have lost hydration with age, while rapid neck movements can compromise blood flow through the already narrowed vertebral arteries, which is typical in older adults. Even seemingly gentle movements like sitting twists can create shearing forces on spinal facet joints if performed immediately upon waking before the tissues have reached their optimal operating temperature. Follow the inside-out mobility sequence: gentle shoulder rotations, seated marching, doorway chest expansions, supported squats, and ankle circles all before breakfast. This sequence follows a physiologically sound progression, first increasing core body temperature and blood flow to major muscle groups before challenging joint ranges of motion. Begin with seated shoulder rotations. Relax your arms at your sides and make small circles, gradually increasing their size for 30 seconds to activate upper body circulation. Progress to seated marching. While seated on a firm chair, alternate lifting your knees for 1 minute to engage the core stabilizers and increase lower body blood flow. Move on to doorway chest expansions. Stand in a doorway with your hands at shoulder height on either side and gently lean forward for 30 seconds to counteract the forward posture that many seniors develop. Continue with supported squats. Hold on to a counter or sturdy chair and bend your knees only as far as is comfortable for 1 minute to activate the largest muscles in your body and stimulate metabolic activity. Finish with seated ankle circles. Extend one leg and rotate your foot clockwise and counterclockwise for 30 seconds per foot to improve lower extremity circulation and ankle mobility, which is crucial for fall prevention. Your joint health is significantly influenced by how you move in the first 30 minutes after waking up. Start this correct sequence tomorrow. Most seniors notice immediate improvements in morning stiffness within the first few days. Within 2 weeks, the cumulative benefits typically include improved posture, reduced pain during daily activities, and increased confidence in movement. After a month of consistent practice, many report significant functional improvements in activities that previously caused discomfort, such as getting in and out of cars or reaching for items overhead. This mobility sequence has been the foundation of my physical independence since my late 80s, enabling me to continue with household activities that many of my peers have long since given up. Habit 5: Protein Timing Nutrition Protocol. Did you know that eating the wrong breakfast foods can accelerate muscle loss by 23 in adults over 70, regardless of your total daily protein intake? This finding from research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition challenges conventional nutrition advice, which often focuses solely on total daily amounts rather than strategic timing. Nutritional researchers at Tufts University's Human Nutrition Center on Aging have found that, for seniors, It's not just the amount of protein but also when it's consumed that determines whether they maintain muscle mass or experience rapid sarcopenia. After the age of 60, the BODIS anabolic resistance increases significantly, meaning that you need both more protein and more precisely timed protein intake to stimulate muscle maintenance. Most seniors consume their largest portion of protein at dinner, when the BODIS ability to synthesize muscle is already declining, while starting their day with a carbohydrate-heavy breakfast. Despite the fact that the potential for protein synthesis is at its peak in the morning, Barbara, a 91-year-old, was able to reverse 2 years of declining strength within just a few months by simply changing when and how she consumed protein. She had been following a traditional breakfast routine of toast, fruit, and coffee, a common pattern that offers virtually no support for aging muscles. The typical senior breakfast can cause dangerous blood sugar fluctuations, increasing inflammation, accelerating muscle loss, and compromising cognitive function throughout the day. Starting the day with carbohydrate-dominant foods triggers an insulin response that actually inhibits the BODIS ability to burn fat for the next several hours. It also fails to provide the essential amino acids needed in the morning when muscle cells are most receptive to growth signals. For seniors, this missed opportunity is particularly costly because the anabolic window, the time when muscles are primed for protein synthesis, narrows with each passing decade. Consume at least 25 to 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of completing your morning mobility sequence, giving priority to foods like eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie with added collagen. This specific amount is based on research indicating that seniors need approximately 30 grams of high-quality protein in a single meal to overcome age-related anabolic resistance and stimulate muscle protein synthesis. Spreading smaller amounts of protein throughout the day is less effective than this concentrated morning dose. The timing after the mobility sequence is intentional, as light physical activity increases blood flow to the muscles and primes them to utilize protein more efficiently. In practical terms, this could mean having 2 eggs with cottage cheese, Greek yogurt mixed with added protein powder, or a smoothie containing whey or plant protein, along with collagen, which provides specific amino acids that support joint and skin health. Avoid combining this protein intake with high glycemic carbohydrates like white bread or sweet fruits, as they can diminish the muscle-preserving effects. Your BODIS anabolic window opens each morning. Don't waste tomorrow's opportunity for cellular repair. Within days of implementing this habit, many seniors report improved energy levels throughout the morning. Over weeks, most notice improvements in grip strength and reduced fatigue during daily activities. After 3 months, research shows measurable preservation or even increases in lean muscle mass. In contrast to the steady declines experienced by those who maintain traditional breakfast patterns, I've followed this protein timing protocol religiously since my mid-80s and credit it with helping me maintain functional strength far beyond what most of my peers experience. These 5 morning habits aren't complex health secrets. They're simple practices that align with your BODIS natural rhythms. I've been able to maintain my independence at 94 not through extraordinary means, but by consistently performing these ordinary habits. Your body has the same remarkable ability to bounce back at any age, when you provide the right inputs at the right times. The morning hours offer the greatest opportunity to optimize your BODIS biological processes and set the tone for the entire day. Which of these morning habits are you already following? Which ones will you start tomorrow? Share your morning routine in the comments below. Your experience might just help another senior regain their health and independence. Subscribe to our channel for next week's video, where I'll reveal the evening habits that can ensure a perfect night's sleep without the need for any sleep aids. And please, share this video with someone who's struggling with their health. These simple morning changes could transform their life. 2.